Alright, sorry for the delay, but welcome, YouTube audience, to the most anticipated stream I think I've probably ever done in my near 3-year career. I am ranking my top 50 anime films. Like, this is gonna be an insane stream, so buckle in, grab your favorite drink, grab your favorite snack, sit down, grab a pillow, grab a blanket, whatever you gotta do, get a fan on you, and buckle in. It's gonna be a long one. Not sure how long the stream's gonna be. Probably like maybe 2 hours, but we gonna have some fun today. So very, very excited for this. And as a bonus, like I said on Discord, if any of you in chat can guess my top 5 in no order, I will give you bonus community points. So get your list out, write it down, and then when we're done, if you got any right, let me know. And I will give you bonus points for it. So let's make it a game. How many can you guys get right? Who can get the most right, you think? I wonder. I'm actually kind of curious who can get the most right here. I think I've talked about a couple that you guys probably can guess are near the top of my list. But, yeah. So, it's going to be a crazy stream, you guys. I'm so excited for this. I don't think I've been this excited for a stream since probably my first YouTube stream back in July of last year after I left Twitch. So, it's been a while since I've been this excited, but I am very excited right now. So, let's go ahead and switch over, right? Let's go to our official anime film screen. There we go. Alright. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome, welcome. How y'all doing today? Hopefully good. Did y'all have a great day so far? I can already guess one of them is Spirited Away. I'm putting in my bets on that. Well, we'll see. We will see. We will see. But yeah, if you know somebody, by the way, who is not in the stream right now, let them know that we're live right now and tell them to get their fucking ass in here because they do not want to miss this. Because, like I said also, I might make this free for everybody after the stream's over, or members only. It depends on viewership and engagement today. So if it's good enough, then it'll be free for everybody once we're done here. So it'll be on the live tab. However, if the viewership and engagement is not good today, it'll be members only after this. So it's up to you guys, the audience. Help your fellow compatriots out by making it free. It's all in your hands. You got the whole stream in your hands. Alright. I guess I'll wait a little bit longer for more to hop into chat before we begin here, but, make sure my list is good to go while we're doing this. Do a little final check here. Alright, all looks good. Oh, uh-oh. We're not lagging, right? Okay. Also, if you guys missed the kick stream, don't worry. We had some tech issues. And it did not happen today, so, we'll do part 1 of Yoshi's story tomorrow instead, unfortunately. I had some drop frames going on that I couldn't fix, so I just said, fuck it. It was 9 AM, I'm like, you know what, I'm out of here. I called the stream there, I made the announcement, then I went back and I just sat down for a bit. I was kind of peeved, but, thank God it wasn't this stream, because right now the stream looks good. We have no drop frames, no connection issues, no technical stuff, so we should be good to go. So thank God it was that stream and not this stream. That's my only saving grace. So we're good. All right, I think I'll wait about maybe 5 more minutes to get more people in chat. So again, if you're watching right now and you see somebody who is not in the stream right now, let them know that we're live right now. Get more people in here before we start. Gotta get a good enough audience for this. I gotta know people are invested. Don't leave me hanging now. This stream's been prepared for like months, so I don't want to have like a what you would call a subpar viewing. All right, list is good to go. I think we're good here, and we just do that. There we go. Top 10. All of those. Alright. Yep, I'm good. I think we'll start here in just a bit. Once you see chat become a little bit more active. But yeah, how you guys doing today, chat? Hopefully good. Y'all having a great day so far, hopefully. Hope y'all are really excited for this. I have been watching films since, like, probably October or November. So, it's been a while. I have been doing all of that just for this stream. And I will say right now before we start this, I do plan to do a top 100 in the future. But that won't be for a long time. Not at least until next year. For sure. Like, I'll watch more films, but, right now it's, you're taking a long drive, it's a game. You're playing a game while watching this? What? You know what? Hold on. Where's the button? Where's the button? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Pause that for a second. Where is it? How dare. Hey, what's up, Abby? You made it just in time. We didn't start it yet, so you just made it. You're the late one to the wedding. Alright. So, I think I'm ready, you guys. So, if y'all are ready, I guess we'll, go ahead and get started, at least for a while. Hopefully, people will hop in once we get going here. That would be great. Again, if the audience size is big enough today, I will make this free after it's over. Or it'll be members only after this, if it's not. So, it's up to you guys. Oh, I'm so excited for this, yo. You think MHA is one of the top 5? Maybe. I'm not gonna say anything. Like, nobody knows my list. I'll tell you that right now. The only person who knows my list is me. I have not told anybody. I have not told any of the members or friends of mine or whatever, so nobody knows but me. So if you're watching this, you are one of the first people to see it. That's all I'm going to say. If you are watching this live right now, you are one of the first people to see my list. And I'll share it out on social media later, but yeah, you guys are getting like early access pretty much, so you're welcome. Oh, man. So hyped for this. I have been waiting day after day, week after week, watching film after film. Today is finally the day. And then tomorrow, if you guys are curious, we're playing Stardew Valley, the new update. We're starting a new Stardew series. So week 1 is tomorrow. Getting my group together already. I think we're almost good to go. So that'll be fun tomorrow. Really excited for that as well. And then next week we start our new schedule where we do SMP every Monday, Pokemon every Tuesday, Terraria every Wednesday, and then Stardew every Thursday. So no more of these like one-off streams, at least for a while. I gotta stay consistent. Trying to up these watch hours here. So I might do it every once in a while, but as far as like consistently, nah. I gotta stick to having the same thing every, like, you know, on certain days. No more, like, having Wednesdays be one-off stuff, like Templars of Hyrule. It was fun, but, like, again, I gotta think on the business side of things, like, what's gonna help my channel. So I think sticking to certain things every week is the best idea for me right now. Alright, so, I think I'm done waiting, so, if you guys are ready, I'm ready. Let's get going. Hopefully more will file in once we get, the list going here, but I want to start, so here we go. Alright. Are you guys ready for this? Again, if you guys want to play along, get your lists out. Get a paper, get a pen, and see if y'all can guess what's coming up. And give yourself points if you get it right. We'll make it a game for chat here. Sounds good to me. Alright. There we go. Let's do this. Alright, without further ado, let us begin the list. Here we go. Everyone get your butts ready. We're starting this. Here we go. Baboosh. Oh, lordy. I'm so excited for this. Alright, let me get my notes out before I forget too, so I know what to say about each movie here. Took down a whole bunch of notes I can say during these list reveals, so there we go. Alright, chat, well, here we go. So, starting off, we have, entries 50 through 46. Again, these movies are not movies I hate, but they're the ones I like the least. So, I like every movie on this list, no matter what, at least in some way. It's just these ones right here are the ones I like the least, and had some problems with. So, here we go. No, oh, also, wait, hold on, one more thing. I know, sorry for the delay. One more thing before we begin, a couple things. There are two films on this there are two films that are not on this list that would have been if I either enjoyed it or got to see it. The first one is the film I saw that I liked the least and I didn't like it at all, honestly. And, it is a Studio Ghibli film. It is my least favorite Ghibli film by far, and that is Only Yesterday. I do not like that film at all. I thought it was incredibly boring. I did not enjoy watching it at all. I almost fell asleep while watching it, to be honest. So, it is not on this list. Does not deserve the right to be on this list, so that movie's not going to be included. The other big one, which I'm so sad about, and I wanted to watch it before doing this list. I didn't get a chance to, unfortunately. Is the most recent Studio Ghibli film. It's won so many awards already, and that is, of course, The Boy and the Heron. I have not seen it yet, unfortunately. I know it's in the thumbnail. I know. I kind of baited you guys. I'm sorry. But The Boy and the Heron is not on this list, unfortunately. It will for sure be on the top 100 in the future. Damn sure. It's coming to streaming platforms soon, I think, but as of right now, I have not been able to see it, so it is not on this list at all. And then other films like Akira and, other big ones are not here either because I didn't get around to watching them. I was looking at lists of, like, emotional anime films, best anime films, and whatnot. I think I saw Akira, but didn't watch it, so I think I might watch that film after this is done. So, but yeah, for this list, no Akira, no Boy and the Heron, no Only Yesterday, and then there's other films that I want to watch that aren't on here, so there you go. Anywho, enough delay. I've been waiting long enough. Here we go. So, number 50 is my least favorite film on this list. However, I do not hate this film at all. Again, I hate no film on this list. All these films I like, but this one I like the least for certain reasons. So, here we go. Is music good, by the way, you guys? Is that loud enough? Hopefully it is. Let me know in chat. But, alright. Number 50 is... Oh, is this going? Okay, hold on. There we go. Number 50. Wait. Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Number 50. There we go. Jesus. Number 50 is... Ghost in the Shell. A very popular cyberpunk movie. A lot of people love it. However, I gotta say, and I gotta be honest with you guys, I am not into the cyberpunk genre. Never have been. I don't watch any cyberpunk movies or play any cyberpunk games. So, this film was really hard for me to get into. However, I will say the fight scenes are pretty cool. I enjoyed the fight scenes. The biggest downers for me about Ghost in the Shell is that the story... was kind of hard to keep track of. I didn't really know what was going on for the most part. And I just got kind of confused a lot of the way through. And that's not how I like to enjoy movies. I like to know what the story is and be able to understand it. This one I kind of felt like I couldn't even get the point of it at times. So, and yeah, out of every film on this list, honestly, I remember the least about the Ghost in the Shell. Like, if I had to rank every film based on how I remember it, this one, I remember almost nothing about it. Besides, like, the fight scenes. I don't know, I was done watching it and I was like, it was alright, but I didn't really love it. I just kind of liked it a little bit, so... Number 50, Ghost in the Shell. People rank it a lot higher, I think, but for me, it's number 50, so... Sorry, Ghost in the Shell fans, not sorry. Alright, so there you go. Number 50, Ghost in the Shell. Number 49 is a film that, I also don't remember a whole lot of, but I think I did enjoy a little bit more than Ghost in the Shell. Not by a whole lot, but just a little bit more. So, number 49, I think, is a Makoto Shinkai film, right? So, he made, like, Your Name, Weathering With You, Suzume, and whatnot. However, I will say this film is my least favorite of the films he's put out. And that is, number 49, The Place Promised in Our Early Days. So, this film is about 3 friends, and 2 of them kind of grow separate because their one friend goes missing. I think it's the girl. And this girl has some sort of, like, parallel universe powers, and these people are trying to kidnap her, or, like, get her to use her powers to, I guess, build some tower or something. The ending was very emotional, where, she gets saved, and then she tells one of the friends that she loves him. But, my big issue with this one is that the whole parallel universe thing going on was very confusing. It was a bit too much, as well. The other thing, though, which will apply to a lot of films in this list, is this film deals with war. And if you guys don't know, I struggle a lot trying to get into films that deal with war. Like, I've watched a lot of war films in my lifetime, and the vast majority of them I can't get into. I don't know why, but I mean, it's not that I don't like seeing war, it's just I don't know, like, it's just not my personal interest to, like, learn the lore behind wars going on, especially real-life wars. I don't know, it's just, again, war films can be great for people. I'm not one of those people. Like, this film is so centered on war, and it kind of drew me out of it, but it's still a good film. It's just, I didn't find myself liking it that much. I did kind of get emotional at the ending, but everything else was just kind of meh to me. It's just a meh good movie. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So, number 49, The Place Promised in Our Early Days. There we go. Alright. Number 48. This might make some people really, really mad. I know my boy Roger's Base is gonna, like, punch me in the face if he sees this. Because he loves this movie to death. It's one of his favorite movies of all time. Or at least favorite anime movies of all time. But this one, I don't like a whole lot for certain reasons. So, I am sorry if you like this movie, but I'm just gonna pull it off right now. Number 48. Porco Rosso. A very beloved Studio Ghibli movie. Again, my boy Roger loves this movie. However, there are 2 big things about this movie that put it at number 48 for me. Like, put it low on the list. The first reason has to do with Porco's character. He's a really funny guy, and he's cool, but my big issue is the lore behind why he's a pig. Because basically, he was cursed into being a pig because I guess the gods cursed him or something. And it's not really explained that well. Like, there's a brief scene where he touches on it, but we don't really see him go from human to a pig in a flashback or anything. And it's just not really that elaborated on. Like, I wanted more of that. I wanted that lore to, like, understand it. The film is really pretty, though. Like, when he flies over the vistas and the villages, and you see the sky in the background, it looks really pretty. I won't deny that. And, the fight scene at the end where Porco's fighting, forgot his name, but he's fighting, one of the main antagonists. It was really funny and kind of entertaining. But the number 1 big issue I have with this movie, which turned me off so much, like, so much, is the relationship between Porco and Fio, who is the teenage girl that helps him build his new plane. So, in the movie, Fio is, I think, 17 years old, and Porco is 36. And they basically form a romantic relationship. It's kind of one way, because I think Fio likes him, but Porco doesn't, like, reciprocate the feelings. But, yeah, so, here in Florida, we would call that serious jail time. Like, you can't be having a 36-year-old man with a 17-year-old girl. Like, And at the end, she kisses him. Like, what? Like, I like seeing kiss scenes, but this one was such a huge, huge turnoff for me. I was like, oh, oh my god. It was not great. Like, I think their friendship should have just been a friendship and not something romantic. I think they made a big mistake, like, having Fio have feelings for Porco. I didn't like it. That was the biggest turnoff for Porco Rosso. That killed a lot of the vibe I had for this movie, honestly. But, again, it's still a good movie. I still enjoyed it. I liked it. But the reason why it's this low is because of that big reason. I am a huge anti-fan of Fio and Porco being, like, a thing. No. Cancel it. Not gonna happen. I hate it. Alright. Moving on. We're done talking about that. That's enough. Alright. So, moving on, number 47 is, I think, yet another beloved anime film. I think Ghibli didn't make this, right? I don't think they did. I think this is from another studio, but, yeah, number 47, weird is the best word I can describe, or use to describe this movie. It is weird. So, number 47, the one and only, Paprika. Paprika may be the weirdest film on this entire list. This film is all kinds of weird, and I like weird. Not in that way. I like weird. However, I think Paprika takes the weird a bit too far. Like, the story was very confusing. I didn't understand a whole lot of what was going on. There is a scene where a giant doll attacks the town, and the giant doll was actually very terrifying. Like, it is the kind of doll you would see in your nightmares, like chasing you down a town street or something. Like, the scream was terrifying. Like, it was just, yeah, this film's weird, y'all. The one word that people use to describe Paprika is weird, and for good reason. It is weird. All I'm gonna say. There is a specific scene in this movie that traumatized me, and not in a good way. So basically, Paprika is a, alternate world form of this chick named Chiba, I think, or something like that. And, there's a scene where this guy is basically torturing Paprika to try and reveal her real world form. And, he literally takes his hand, inserts it into her vagina, like, not through the hole, but, like, he presses down onto, like, where her thing is, and then, like, you know, his hand's, like, inside of her at this point. He crawls his hand up to where her face is, and then takes his hand out, and in doing so, he rips apart Paprika's body, and reveals Chiba underneath. It is the most disturbing thing you could possibly watch. Like, if you can handle it, you think, look it up on YouTube. Just Google Paprika torture scene or something. But I warn you now, you're gonna fucking flip out. You're gonna flip out. Like, it is the most disturbing scene on this list. Out of any film on this list, honestly. It is just fucking... Yeah. I can't go any further than that. It's disturbing. The ending scene was pretty good, too, where you have, like, the giant lady and the giant nightmare, and they're, like, fighting, and then, that was cool, but Paprika's just too weird for me. Like, again, I like weird in, like, a genre sense, but, like, this was too weird for me. So, it's 47, I'm sorry. People like it, I understand that. People rank it higher, but for me, it's 47. So, I apologize. It's too weird for BC Kane. So, alright. Number 46, I think, is one of the most iconic films in the entirety of anime. And, the reason why is because, one of the creatures in this film is the logo for Studio Ghibli. Spoiler alert. Number 46, the one and only, the iconic, My Neighbor Totoro. Everyone loves this movie. It's iconic. Totoro is the logo of Studio Ghibli. So, there you go. It is the definition of a family film. Like, you can watch this with your family and have a great time, but here's the thing. Totoro is a cute film, and I enjoyed it, but there's no villain in this movie. Like, there is no... Also, why is this not... Wait. Oh, shoot, we're on the wrong... Wait. That needs to repeat. Hold on, sorry. I gotta loop that. I didn't realize I was playing Zelda music. I apologize. Hold on. Oopsie. Alright. But yeah, there's no villain in Totoro. It's just... It's about two girls and a creature that have a fun time, and that's it. So... It's just... It's a film that's just there for me. You know? It's still fun to watch, and I enjoyed it. It's a cute film, but... I like films that have, like, a villain or just a more interesting story going on. You know? So... That's why Totoro is kind of low for me. However, I do love the giant cat bus thing. That was so cool. I love that character design. Where she rides on the cat bus to her little sister. That was cool. But, other than that, Totoro's good. But, again, it's just... I'm a bigger fan of films that have a more interesting story and have a villain at least. So, that's why Totoro is kind of low on this list. But still a good film. It's iconic. Go watch it when you can. I think you would enjoy it. Another great family film, but yeah, for me, it's just there. So, all right, so there you go. Our first five films are done. This is 50 through 46. So there you go. We'll final look at that. And with that, we are moving on to entries 45 through 41. So let's do this. There we go. All right, so. Entry 45, I think, is not a well-known film when it comes to anime, but I really enjoyed this one. And, we go from My Neighbor Totoro to My Neighbors the Yamadas. So, let me describe this film for a second. Let me describe it. So, this is not really a film, per se. I mean, it is a movie, but, like, the way it's, laid out is it's a series of vignettes, that are around, like, a family and, like, their relationship with each other. It is very funny and charming, though. It's very funny at times. I was laughing a lot throughout it, and I was smiling. It has a whole comic strip aesthetic going on, where it's, like, you know, the art style is pretty cool. I do love how they showcase the relationship between the mom and the dad. Like, that was my favorite part by far. I love their relationship. And then the kids were cool, I guess. But, yeah, it's just not that memorable of a film for me. But I did enjoy it. Like, this film is very enjoyable. If you want a good laugh and some good segments, like, this film has it. It's just, there's no really, like, villains going on similar to Totoro. But, if you like comic strip-based movies, like, this one is really good. So, I'd recommend it. So, not a lot more to say about Yamadas, but it's a good film. If you want a good laugh and a good smile, and if you love comic strips, then there you go. So, alright. Number 44 is yet another Ghibli film. I think this one might be ranked a lot higher by a lot of people, but for me, there are a couple reasons why I can't rank it that much higher. So number 44, we have I think a 2013 film, and, that is The Wind Rises, number 44. So, this film is about a couple, and, the man is a plane builder for one of the wars going on. I forgot which war it was, but it's one of the films. Or, it's one of the, like, real-world wars, I think. Like, World War II or something, but I, forgot which one. But yeah, basically, he builds planes, and his wife is someone he met as a younger man. I think she's, like, a kid when he meets her the first time. Like, he's, like, a teen at this point, I think, right? And then, like, years and years later, they're both adults, and they get together, and, later in the film, she has, I think, tuberculosis, and she's gonna die. So, it gets really emotional. So, I did enjoy seeing, like, them interact and seeing how he, like, left his job at times to take care of her. It was really cute. Like, they had such a great relationship. However, the big downer here is similar to, number 49, which was The Place Promised in Our Early Days. It is a film about war, and war films are just not for me. They're not. The only times I found myself invested, really, were any time that the man and the woman were, like, on screen together. Like, being a couple. That was it. Everything else, I was like, okay, cool, he's building planes, and he's, you know, working, and he's making designs and whatnot, but I'm just not into it, you know? It looks pretty, for sure, like, it's a pretty looking film, but, like, again, war films just aren't my style, and they never will be, honestly, so, it is what it is. So, yeah, if you like great couples, then this movie's good, but if you, don't like that, then you might not enjoy this one a whole lot, but still a good movie. Number 44, I liked it enough to put it, higher than the other ones we've mentioned so far, but there you go. Alright, number 43, we are starting this one off with one of the most iconic songs from any anime film. People know this film just for the one song that's here. I'm gonna go ahead and sing it for you right now. Ready? Hold on. 3, 2, 1. Country road may lead me home. No, I belong there all on my own. Destiny calls. Motionless I stall. No, I won't go. Or, no, I can't go. I think it's no, I can't go. Country road. So yeah, there we go. Whisper of the Heart. Everyone knows this film just for that one song. It's a great song. Love Country Road. Another really cute family kind of film. It's about this girl named Shizuku who wants to be an illustrator, I think. So seeing her evolution into a really cool writer was fun to witness. The guy she has a crush on, or the guy that's like her love interest, I guess. Seiji is his name, I think. He plays the violin. The scene where he does that while she's singing Country Road, my man can shred the violin. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, seeing him play it and actually hearing it, my man can play, dude. Like, shout out to Seiji. He is a great violin player. The big thing for me about Whisper of the Heart is the ending. And that's because it felt really, really sudden. So, basically, also, I should say right now before we continue, there will be spoilers for these movies, so if you don't want spoilers, I'm sorry, but I gotta go into spoiler territory a little bit just to, you know, talk about these films. So, at the ending, right, Seiji, however you say it, asks Shizuku if they can get married in the future, and she says, yeah, sure. And then he's like, Shizuku, I love you. And he hugs her, and the film just ends. Like, it was such a sudden ending. It's like, oh. I mean, okay, that was cute. They're gonna get married in the future, but like, okay. Alright then. It was so sudden and brief, and it's like, I don't know. It came on too quick for me, so that was kind of a big knock for me. However, there is a very intriguing fact about this film. There is a whole kind of side story involving a cat statue called the Baron, and it was actually made into its own film after this, which we'll get to later, maybe not. But yeah, Whisper of the Heart is a good film, but it has a very sudden ending. Not really a story that hooked me that much, besides just Shizuku's, like, evolution as a writer. But yeah, it's still a good film. I enjoyed it, but yeah, number 43. Number 42 is another, I think, not well-known anime film, but I enjoyed it. Question, audience. How many of you in the chat right now like talking animals? Show of hands. How many of you in chat are a huge fan of talking animals in, like, any sort of film? Yes, no, maybe so. If you said yes, are you a fan of talking raccoons? Or I guess talking tanukis in this case. Because if you are, then you will enjoy this movie. Number 42, Pompoko. a movie about talking raccoons who are trying to I guess save their habitat by fighting the humans who are like building highways over it or something. But yeah, it is very funny, very charming. I was laughing a lot, similar to Yamada's. But yeah, basically the humans are trying to build highways and stuff that are going to threaten the raccoons' habitats, and they fight the humans because of it. They actually end up killing a lot of the humans, I think. There's one scene where they cause a car accident and the human dies. I was like, bro, what? The charming thing here, too, is, talking trash pandas, yeah, exactly. The thing with this movie, too, is, it has a really good message about, like, in the real world, how humans are, like, harming animals' habitats by building bridges and whatnot. So, that was a cool message to kind of act as the central theme for this movie. But, yeah, it's very funny, very charming. If you like talking raccoons and you like some good humor, then Pompoko's got it. But, yeah, there's other films that are even more funny, I think, that are higher up on the list. But, I enjoyed Pompoko. It's a good movie. Very funny, very charming, very entertaining. Love the raccoon characters. I love the whole theme of the movie. So, there you go. 42 is Pompoko. Alright, 41, I will say now, it is our first film, I think, that deals with time travel. Because there are a lot of movies here that deal with time travel, I think, and some you might be able to guess. But this one is probably my least favorite of the time travel films. And I'll get more into it in just, or I'll get more into it in just a bit. But number 41 is Mirai. Or I guess Mirai. It's either Mirai or Mirai. I can't remember how you say it, but Mirai. So this film is about I think a boy who goes through time travel to see his sister in both the past, present, and future. And it was very confusing. And it felt a bit too much. Like, there's time travel happening constantly in this movie, and it was just so hard to keep track of. Like, I like time travel. Again, we'll get into more films that have this in later in the list. But this one just felt kind of not good when it comes to time travel. So, you know, there was good animation, though, and good music, but, yeah, the whole time travel for me was done kind of poorly. So, didn't really enjoy it. However, there is one part of the movie that I think really hit me, and that is the mom and dad relationship. So, similar to Yamada's again. The dad goes to work from home in the movie, and the mom goes back to, like, an office job. And it really hit me as somebody who basically works from home and doesn't want to go to an office because I hate the workforce. But yeah, just seeing their relationship kind of get tested because of, like, their switch in jobs was kind of cool to see, you know? It really does shine a light on how hard being in a couple can be when you're, like, having these kind of different work situations. So, that was cool to witness, but yeah, the whole main theme of time travel just didn't really hit for me. It was very confusing, very befuddling, whatever word you want to use there, but it didn't really hit me compared to other time travel films. So, yeah. Alright, so there you go. Our next 5 entries are right there, 45 through 41. So there we go. Alright, on to 40 through 36. We are getting into it. Here we go. We're getting closer. So, real quick. I have actually seen, I think, maybe 60 or 70 anime films at this point, and that's because I have seen every Pokemon film. Every single one. However, I did not want this list to be, like, filled with Pokemon films, so I think there are, like, maybe 6 on this list that I narrowed it down to because I enjoyed them a lot. And the first one is number 40. Some are gonna get really mad at me for this, because people have called this one the best Pokemon movie, or at least one of the best, and I like it a lot, but I don't hold it to the same high regard as the, other Pokemon films I have on the list. So, number 40, I'm sorry fans of this movie, I'm gonna just rip it off right now. Number 40 is the second Pokemon movie, being Pokemon the Movie 2000, the one with Lugia in it. It's got some great action sequences. The whole fight with Lugia and the legendary birds was great, obviously. I do think the voice acting and the animation can be a bit rough at times. But to be fair, it is the second movie in the franchise. Like, I think nowadays it's like, you know, peak animation for the most part. But back in the day, it wasn't really. But yeah, I didn't find the villain that interesting, honestly. Like, yeah, he kidnapped the birds, but he didn't seem that intimidating. Honestly. So, his voicing was kind of just okay for me. I liked the opening scene where they're at the festival and that girl kissed him on the cheek. That was cool, but didn't really strike me that much. However, there is one part of the movie that I like a lot, and that is, of course, Lugia's song. We all love Lugia's song. Da 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 da. It's so good. Man, that ocarina was just beautiful. Love Lugia's song. All the way. But yeah, I enjoyed movie 2000, but it's not one of my, like, top favorites, but I do enjoy it. I can see why people would rank it higher, because, like, it's iconic, but for me, it's just, it's a great movie, but not great enough to rank it higher. So, I still enjoy it, though. So, number 40, Pokemon Movie 2000. Loved it, but not enough. Alright, number 39 on the list is another beloved Ghibli film. It is similar to Totoro, I think, in that it's kind of a family film, so no real villain or, like, you know, what do you call it, like a climax, I guess, or something. But this one I enjoyed a bit more than Totoro for a couple reasons. So, number 39, if you like witches, then you will like this one, being, of course, Kiki's Delivery Service. My friend Rebecca, who was my college friend, actually, like, this is one of her top 5 movies, I think, when it comes to anime. But yeah, like I said, it's kind of like Totoro, where it's another family film, but I think the narrative of Kiki is a lot more interesting, because it goes through, like, her development as a witch, and, you know, there's a point in the film where she kind of loses her ability to be a witch because of, like, what they call artist block, where, because she has no personal goal in being a witch, she can't fly anymore. And you see, like, her struggle with trying to, like, fly in her broom and use her magical powers and whatnot, so that was cool. Her cat talks, and I gotta say, the English voice actor for the cat, I didn't like it at all. I thought it was awful. Because if you guys don't know, I watch these all in Japanese. I don't watch these in English at all. But what I do is I go back after I watch it and then, like, skim through certain scenes in English. And the VA for the cat in this movie, the English VA, throw it out. Throw it out. I don't like it. It is such a bad voice to me. But yeah, it's another fun family film. No real villain. Seeing Kiki's whole artist block thing was very well told and very interesting to see play out. The end where she saves her friend from that giant thing he's dangling on was kind of cool. But yeah, it's basically Totoro but better. It's a better Totoro film because it has a more interesting narrative. But there you go, Kiki's Delivery Service, number 39, another great film. Alright, number 38. So, before we started this, Abby in the chat mentioned a certain thing. My Hero Academia. As you guys know, I've seen every season so far. We have the whole anime watch-through on YouTube for Platinum members, if you're a member. But there are also 3 movies for My Hero. And the first one of this, the first of them is number 38 on this list, being My Hero Academia 2 Heroes, the first movie. I think they're all great movies. However, I think the majority of people, including myself, would agree, that the first movie is the worst of the bunch. Not because it's bad, but because it's not as interesting, in my opinion. So, basically, this takes place after, I think, season 2, right? it's between 2 and 3, I think. And they all go to a party, basically, in, like, these really cool, like, fancy outfits. And then, I think they have a new character. It's, like, a girl. And her dad is, like, helping the bad guys. And then the main antagonist, was given a quirk by the villain of My Hero being All For One. And he fights Deku and them at the end. And, I gotta say, their outfits look dope, by the way. Like, their whole, like, party-going outfits. You see, like, Jiro in her suit, and Bakugo, and Deku, and whatnot. They all look very cool. They are really, really fancy. But yeah, the animation was really cool. The action was great. I love all the fight scenes. The ending scene, oh my god. Where you see Deku and All Might using dual One For All together against the bad guy. Mwah! Peak animation where they're running up the freaking arm of the giant machine thing and they're gonna use, like, the dual punch. Phenomenal. It was such a great scene. But I gotta say, the first movie is my least favorite of all three of them, but it is still a great movie. I enjoyed it. Again, that ending scene was just fantastic. It was amazing. Hey, Heroes in chat, you're only 38 films late. You're good, you're good. Again, you want to be here for the top of the list, I guarantee you. Like, my top 10, you better be here for that. That is the one you want to watch. So, there we go. So, number 38, MHA 2 Heroes, the first movie. Great movie. We'll get to the other two in just a bit. But, there you go. Amazing movie. Alright, number 37. We mentioned during Whisper of the Heart, that, the cat statue spawned a spin-off film, right? And this is that film. And it is The Cat Returns. So, yeah, in Whisper of the Heart, there's a cat statue that, the main character comes across, and then they base this whole film around his backstory. So, this film was about a girl who, wanders into a cat land and becomes a cat because of it. And she's going on a journey to, I guess, help the town, I think, or something. I forgot the whole, like, main narrative, but, yeah. There's too many films, I can't remember everything, alright? I'm trying, my brain's fried. I'm trying my best. But yeah, it has characters from Whisper of the Heart as well, like the white cat named, Moon, or Muda, as he's called. Which, I think he actually helps the main character at some point, right? So yeah. There is a fake death scene here that almost traumatized me. The giant white cat gets trapped in this, like, giant jello thing, and apparently it's supposed to poison and kill him from the inside. So, there's one scene where you see him, like, just sitting in the jello, not moving, his eyes are blank, and I was like, what? And then he's alive by the end, so spoiler alert, he's not actually dead. But when I first saw that, I was scared shitless. Like, I was like, there's no way you're showing this on screen, but there you go. There's also a very cute story here where, there's this cat named Yuki who, basically helps Haru, who's the main character here, at the end of the movie. And the reason why is because as a kid, Haru actually helped Yuki when Yuki was homeless, as like a homeless cat. Like, she fed Yuki food, and then she repaid her debt by helping Haru escape the cat world. So that was a nice touch. But yeah, it's a very cool film. If you love films that deal with, like, personal journeys and you love cats, then you'll love The Cat Returns. So give it a watch, and I'm sure you'll love it. So there you go. Alright, number 36 is another Pokemon film. I think this one is beloved, but not too beloved. But I enjoy this one a lot. One of my favorite modern Pokemon films. It's from Gen 4. It is not the Giratina film. I know you guys are probably expecting that, but I will say right now, I love Giratina, but his movie was not great. I will admit that like a man. His movie is not that great. The Sky Warrior, it was okay, but not great. So that's not on the list, unfortunately. What is on the list, though, is this one, number 36, Pokemon The Rise of Darkrai. I absolutely love the dark tone that this movie has. not like Attack on Titan dark, but like just the lighting and the and like the visuals are very dark. So basically, Palki and Dialga are causing a disturbance in another universe, pretty much, or another dimension, I guess. And Darkrai is trying to stop it. So this whole town gets like affected and gets put into an alternate dimension because of their whole fight going on. And there is some great animation, great fight scenes. And yeah, again, the dark tone really helps sell it, because like there's really dark lighting and visuals and a lot of black and red and just purple, and it was just really good visuals. The nightmare scene where like I think Pikachu gets sucked into the sand or something was pretty terrifying when I first saw it, but that was kind of scary. I forgot the song. It's called Erasion, right? I forgot how it goes though. I haven't watched this film in so long, but Erasion is another great song like Lugia's song, but I forgot how it goes. I wish I could play it, but I don't get copyright claims, so just go Google it on YouTube, look up Erasion, Rise of Darkrai, and you'll hear it, and it's so beautiful. Like, when the bells ring especially, great song. Love it. But yeah, Rise of Darkrai, a great Pokemon film. Love it. It's fantastic. Love the tone, love the fight scenes, love the Pokemon and whatnot, so there you go. And there you go. That is 40 40 through 36 right here, so give that a final look. There you go. We are almost halfway through. We're getting there, but yeah. So 35 through 31. Here we go. Next 5 on the list. Excuse me. Sorry, hold on. All right, I'm good. So number 35 is a very emotional film. It is a series of, I think, 3 segments. And if you like love stories, then you'll love this one. So number 35, no pun intended. The number 5's in the number, right? So there you go. It is 5 centimeters per second. Another Shinkai film, I think, right? I think it is. But yeah, it's about 3 different like parts about a boy named Takaki, I think is his name. And it's about his relationship with this girl that he knows. And in the first one, they have their first kiss, and then he has to move away, I think. So he can't be with her anymore, and it makes him really sad. And then the second one, oh my god, the second one. This girl ends up liking him, but I think by the end, she can sense that he has a crush on somebody else, being the girl from the first segment. And so at the very end, she's like, I know I can't have you, and I'm sorry, but, you know, like, she accepts it. But at the very end, she cries herself to sleep because she's so sad about it. Like, I was so heartbroken for her, dude. I was like, oh, no, take this girl. Fuck the girl from the first one. Take this one. She cried herself to sleep because of this. Like, that's horrible. I did that when Izzy died a couple months ago. You guys remember when my dog died? I was crying to sleep for that whole entire week. Like, I know the feeling, and it sucks. Like, man. And then the third one is kind of not as great as the first 2, but basically they, Takaki and the girl from the first one have, like, a reunion. Like, they pass each other at, like, a railroad crossing, but they don't actually see each other until they, like, turn around. But when they turn around, a train passes by, and they can't actually, like, look in each other's eyes. And so, when the train is, like, fully passed, the girl's gone, and the boy is just sitting there, like, looking at nothing. And he accepts that, like, she's moved on, I think. Because I think she's gonna marry another man at this point, right? I think by that point, she's engaged to somebody else. So, he accepts that he can't be with her, and that his search was kind of for nothing. But it's very emotional, like... Again, my heart just breaks for the girl in the second episode. It was just... It can be kind of sad. So, yeah. I like this one. Number 35, 5 centimeters per second. Another good film. Love it. Love it. Alright, number 34 is yet another Pokemon film. This one is not that much better than Rise of Darkrai. It is also a Gen 4 film. It is not the Sky Warrior. Like I said, I didn't like that film. I didn't really like that film, but this one though I did for a lot of reasons. Number 34, Pokemon, Arceus, and the Jewel of Life. I think it's the last Gen 4 film, right? So this was after Rise of Darkrai and the Giratina one. So this film is kind of Avengers-like. Like, this film feels so Avengers Endgame in a way, because there's time travel, there's a bunch of bosses fighting at once. Like, literally, Palkia, Dialga, Giratina, and Arceus are in this one film. Like, that is crazy. I think, obviously, the Hoopa film had more, but it was way too much. Like, the Hoopa film was, like, just oversaturated, but this one was pretty perfect with, like, how many they had. So, basically, Ash and them go back in time to fix an issue with Arceus, with this guy that betrayed him and stole the Jewel of Life. So, it was pretty cool storytelling and pretty cool time travel. The other cool thing, which I forgot to mention, is it actually has continuity with the first two films, being Darkrai and Giratina, because, Giratina recognizes Ash from his movie. Because Giratina spawns in, like, at the beginning of the movie, and then he looks at Ash and he's like, oh, wait, I know you. And then he stops attacking because of that. It's like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. I will say Arceus' voice is very meh. Like, when he says, it's time to deliver justice! It's like, it was, it's not a bad voice, but, like, I didn't find it that good, honestly, but, yeah, great action, love the time travel, I love the story going on, one of the best Pokemon films by far, love it all the way, so, there you go, Arceus and the Jewel of Life is number 34. Number 33 is, I think, another Ghibli film, and I think this one gets a little bit of flack for its story, for certain parts of it, but I like this one. And, number 33, pull this up. Can you guys guess what it is? Can you guys guess? Can you guys see? Alright, it's, from Up on Poppy Hill, is number 33. So this film basically is about a clubhouse that wants to get, is getting rebuilt by these two people in the other clubs. And, the two main characters, find out, supposedly, they have the same photograph of the dude's dad, and because of that, they think they're siblings. But the weird thing is that they like each other. So they stop trying to pursue each other because they think they're siblings, and obviously you can't have siblings being in love because it's kind of, you know, certain I word. But yeah, like, it was kind of cool, like, because I shipped them a lot, and it's like, oh wait, they're brother and sister? But then by the end, it's like, oh wait, no, they're not brother and sister. It was just a weird coincidence. But, I think they are related, but not by blood. Like, I think it's because of a marriage or something. I forgot the whole ending. But, yeah, I think seeing the clubhouse get built was a pretty cool journey to see. Because, like, the reverse card, yeah, there you go. Or double reverse card, yeah. But yeah, seeing the clubhouse get built was very cool to witness. But yeah, that whole lore of, like, them being siblings and being in love kind of threw me off for a bit, but I think in the end it kind of had a good payoff, so. Yeah, good animation, great characters, great story, another great film, Poppy Hill is great, so there you go. Number 32, wouldn't you guys believe it? It's yet another Pokemon film! Even better than Arceus and Darkrai. However, this one does feature a Gen 4 Pokemon, but it's actually a Gen 3 film, because it takes place during the Gen 3 arc of the anime. So, this one I think gets very, very high reviews, and I can see why. How many are there? I think there's like 25 or 6 or 7, I think, at this point. Almost 30, so. There's only 6 on here, though, so we're only going to include 6 on here. So, number 32, Pokemon, Lucario, and the Mystery of Mew. I love me this movie. It is one of the most emotional Pokemon films. Lucario's character is great. His whole story, like his whole lore going on, was fun to witness. It could be pretty sad. It's a pretty sad Pokemon film. Like, Oh my god, one of my favorite scenes, actually, was when, I think Max gives him the chocolate bar, and he didn't trust humans until that happened, and then he eats the chocolate, and he's like, oh, I guess humans are good. So, that was kind of funny. But man, that ending when he, I shouldn't say it's a spoiler, but I have to anyway, so I can talk about it. Lucario dies at the end. His master, he sees a vision of his master, passing away, and, he learns that his master sealed Lucario away because he didn't want to die with Lucario, or he didn't want to see Lucario, like, witness him die. It was so sad, man. It was so sad. And the Lucario accepts that, and he passes away right there. It is a very emotional movie. The whole stuff with Mew was really good as well. So yeah, if you want a sad Pokemon movie, this one kind of has it. So, there you go. I think we have 2 more films here that are Pokemon films. We'll get to those later, but, Mystery of Mew, another great Pokemon film. Love it. Very emotional, very sad. Love Lucario. Great action going on, so there you go. Number 32. Number 31, I gotta say, I think might be the most underrated movie on this entire list. I think it is highly underrated. And I think the reason why is because critics did not like this one because it was based on a book, and the deviations from it were a bit too much. But I didn't read the book. I just saw the movie. So I judged it based on the movie, and I really enjoyed it. Number 31, the underrated Tales from Earthsea. I like this movie a lot. I can see why the reviews are the way they are, if you're going based on what the book did. But again, I didn't read the book. I just saw the movie. So as a movie, I enjoyed it. I love dragons. I love the fantasy setting. I love Teru, who's the main girl of the story. She's really pretty. It's pretty dark at times, too. Like, there's some death scenes, I think, that happen. There's also a mage named Sparrowhawk. That is the coolest freaking name for a mage, dude. The coolest name for a mage. Like, come on, Sparrowhawk? Like, that's my guy right there. Love him. The main villain is actually really scary. Really scary. He looks very ladylike, and I think his Japanese voice is ladylike as well, but the English is male. So I think he's a male character, but his whole body looks very feminine. At least in my opinion, but, like, he's scary. He is scary. That ending where he kills, I guess, kinda kills Teru for a bit, and then she comes back to life. It was just great stuff. I love the ending. So, yeah, this film deserves better. It is underrated as hell, so please go give it a watch when you can. Love Tales from Earthsea, so number 31. And there you go, our next 5. We are just flying through this. Well, not really, but we're kind of flying through it. Non-binary villain? I don't know. I think it's just, his Japanese voice is a lady, and his English voice is a man, but I think he is a male character. So it kind of threw me off, but he's scary. Alright, he's just scary. Alright, number 30 through 26. Here we go. We are moving on with this. Number 30. I think this next film is kinda well known, but it didn't get that good reviews, I think. It got okay reviews. I might have to go back and look, but this is another funny and charming film for me, and it has some good storytelling here. Number 30, The Boy and the Beast. No, not Beauty and the Beast, it's The Boy and the Beast. So, basically, there's this boy named Ren who enters this world of, like, just animals, and they all, like, have, like, different traits about them, I think, and there's a whole, like, fighting league or something where they use sword. I can't say that right, but, this beast guy named Kumatetsu, I think, is trying to find a disciple, right, to, like, train to be the next, like, big fighter, or the big fighter, right? So yeah, their relationship was really funny too. Like, Ren just does not like him. Kumatetsu is so protective of him. And, yeah, but the what I love the most about The Boy and the Beast is that Ren actually learns how to fight based on watching or basically doing his chores. So what I mean by that is he learns how to, like, here, let me just do this real quick. So he learns how to like move like this from doing his household chores. And because of that, he can judge his master's like movements during a fight. And it's pretty cool. It was very reminiscent of the... Yeah, Karate Kid. There you go. Exactly. I was going to mention that. I have that written down here, too. If you've seen the remake of the Karate Kid with Jaden Smith, it's exactly like that. Because in that movie, Dre learns by the whole coat hanging thing, right? In this movie, he learns by doing chores. It's such a neat touch. And it is very Karate Kid-like. And I enjoyed that. The end scene where we got the whale and they got the final fight going on. Beautiful animation. The ending where Kumatetsu, goes into Ren's heart and then, like, will always be with him because he becomes a god after that. Very emotional stuff. So, very, very cool movie. Loved it. Boy and the Beast is great. Okay, number 29 is our shortest film we've had so far. It is only 40 minutes long. But man, this film is so good. The only reason why it's ranked this low is because of the length. Other than that, it's a great movie. Number 29, The Garden of Words. Hopefully y'all have heard about this one. It is a 40-minute movie about a boy and a teacher who, like, have a friendship going on. But then at the end, the boy kind of has feelings for the teacher. And, of course, the teacher has to deny it because of their age difference. I think he's 15 and she's 27, so can't work, obviously. But, man, let me tell you, the ending, the fucking ending, especially the English voice acting, I will tell you right now, the ending part of this movie, where she runs to him and hugs him, and then tells him why she's been, like, befriending him so much, might be some of the best English voice acting I've seen in any of these films. I kid you not. Like, her voice actress nailed it. The emotion, the tone and voice, like, if you go watch it, you will know what I mean. Like, it is just... It's great. Holy hell, I was crying so hard. Like, she nailed that. But yeah, such a great story. It's great. Love the story. The relationship is great. Also, the reason why she befriends him, if you're curious, is because, she became a teacher, and she was getting bullied. So, she went to the forest to, like, kind of escape, and that's where she met him, and they developed a friendship off of that, so, it was just very emotional. Like, it's sad, it's touching, so, if you like that, then you'll like you'll like The Garden of Words. It's emotional. Again, the ending just cherry on top. Love it. Okay, number 28. So we touched on the first My Hero film, right? Which was Two Heroes. The next one is number 28. Now, if you guys had to guess, which film is it going to be? Number 2 or 3? Which film is number 28? Is it Heroes Rising, the second one? Or number 3, the World Heroes Mission? What do you guys think? Which one is next? I'll let y'all guess. Is it number 2 or number 3? If you've seen them, you should be able to guess this. Think it's the third one? Well, spoiler alert, Hero. You are correct! It is World Heroes Mission, the third movie. So, again, all of them are great. I love all the My Hero movies. They're all fantastic movies. Great animation, great music, great action sequences. They're all great. This one, though, I think the big one for me here is that the villainous group, which is called Humorize, didn't really hit me that hard as, like, a really big villainous group. The opening scene was pretty terrifying, though, where they have, like, the trigger gas, and they take away all of the people's... Or, no, they kill people by affecting their quirks and, like, overriding them. And it was pretty disturbing to see. Like, seeing all the deaths happening. Like, they had a good start, but by the end, I kind of fizzled out with them, so. Yeah. The main villain, though, Fleckturn, pretty damn cool villain. Where he's deflecting every attack that Deku throws in the final fight. Fantastic animation there. Loved it. And at the end, where the bomb is stopped, when the bird is the one who saves the world, that was so cool. Love that. But yeah, dude, that fight with Deku and Fleckturn, oh man, just My Hero is like every fight scene, they always pick the best music. I don't know how they do it, but the music here was so fucking good for that final fight. And just Fleckturn's whole ability to deflect whatever comes at him is just, it's such a great quirk. It's like, man, how do you beat him? And then Deku obviously knows how to beat him by the end, so. Yeah, third one's great. Love third movie, but we'll get to the second one in a bit. But, yeah, Road Heroes Mission is great, but there is a better one coming up. So, there you go. Alright, number 27, I should say, is, wouldn't you believe it, another Pokemon movie. This one, though, oh man, I got a lot to say about this one. It is far and away the best modern Pokemon film that there has been. Easily. It is not the best Pokemon film overall, in my opinion, but as far as, like, the modern Pokemon films, this one takes the cake. I like Zarude. I like the power, or, I Choose You, where it's just Ash and Pikachu, like the recreation of their journey together when they first started out. But yeah, this one, far and away, is the best one. And that is, of course, Pokemon The Power of Us. This film, you guys, it is the one film on this list, in terms of Pokemon, or no, let me rephrase that. It is the one Pokemon film that can have multiple stories and tell them all so good. Because a lot of the films have so many stories going on, but a lot of them just don't really weave in that well. This one, though, they all are so good. Like, the old lady in the Snubbull was one of my favorites because, her Snubbull basically dies in a fire, and that scene where she's trying to, like, reach out to him, and, like, he gets a key for her, and he, like, throws it over the fire, and he can't get out in time. Like, it was sad. Hearing her yell, Snubbull! Oh, I was crying so hard. But yeah, great storytelling, multiple character arcs, loved it. Great animation, of course. I think the story, what was the story again? I think it involves, like a forest fire and some, like, toxic gas going around that's, like, harming Pokemon habitats, but, yeah, I don't remember a whole lot about the story, but, all I know is it was great, so, yeah, I'll go back and watch it, maybe, soon, but, all I know is it's by far the best modern Pokemon film, far and away. Loved it all the way. Power of Us is great. So, if you are gonna watch any of the modern Pokemon movies, watch this one. It's on Netflix, I think, so go give it a watch. Let me know how you liked it. I think you'll enjoy it. If you love multiple character arcs and some great storytelling, there you go. Power of Us is it. Okay, number 26. We just mentioned the third My Hero film, and number 26 is, wouldn't you guess it, the second film, Heroes Rising, number 2. I think we can all agree, if you are a My Hero fan who has watched all the movies, I think there are very few people who would argue against the second movie being the best one. It is for sure the best of the three. For a lot of reasons. The biggest reason by far, big spoiler alert, I gotta say it, Deku and Bakugo using dual one for all. Even better than the one with All Might in the first movie. Deku gives Bakugo his power, and they defeat the villain together. It was some of the hypest animation I have seen in the entirety of My Hero. Even more than the actual, like, anime series. Like, the music and animation here was peak. So peak. Great fight scenes, amazing music, really cool villain. It was just like, oh man. Like, My Hero is so underrated, I think. Like, I think I'll know once I watch more anime series in the future, but in terms of music and animation, My Hero is just great. Especially here. This is, like, probably one of their best scenes ever, is that, that dual one-for-all scene with Deku and Bakugo. So good. So, there you go. My Hero Academia, Heroes Rising is the best My Hero movie, by far. If you disagree, that's fine, but I agree that it's the best movie, so there you go. Second is the best. Oh my god, guys. I'm, like, almost out of breath here. I gotta keep going. Oh, man. How much time we got, by the way? We're, about almost halfway through. Alright. We'll be good. So, there you go. 30 through 26 is right there. Perfect. 25 through 21. I think now we're halfway through, right? And, in the meantime, let me go and promote the, stream again before we keep going here. Real quick. Let's do, where is it? Let's do live notifications. Let's do halfway through. There we go. Alright, re-promote that. Alright, moving on. 25 through 21. And we are starting this next couple of films here with a film that I think is the most controversial pick on this list. Not because of the movie, but because of the placement on the list. I have heard that this movie is the best Ghibli movie. It is legendary. It is iconic. It is, like, peak anime movie. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I love it, but I don't think it's to that standard for me. So, I'm gonna tell you now, a lot of people might hate me for this if they're watching this, but I gotta be honest, so get your groans out now, get your pitchforks ready. Number 25. Howl's Moving Castle. Yep. It is not in my top 10. Not even close. Again, I love this movie. I do. I love this movie. It has great animation, great visuals, a really good soundtrack. But I think there are a couple things about it that are the reason why it's number 25. It is another film about a war going on. And you guys know, I'm not into war films. This one is told pretty well, but again, it's just the whole war theme kind of just turns me off a bit. I can't get into war films. I'm sorry. I can't. But yeah, there's some great characters. I love Turniphead, which is like the scarecrow pogo stick guy. Love him. I love Howl. I love Sophie. I love Calcifer. So great characters. I do feel like some scenes kind of dragged on a bit, and I think the pacing was kind of draggy in some spots. But not by a whole lot. And I gotta say, I do think this one was a bit overrated. I do. Like, again, I love it. I do. But again, I have to rank this film based on the other 24 films above it. And I gotta be honest, I don't think this film is better than the ones above it on the list. Like, the next 24 after this, I can't put it above them for certain reasons. So, if you're mad at me, I understand. I get it. But, again, it's my list, my opinion. So, hope y'all can accept that. But, this movie is still great. But, I am not one that thinks it's one of the best movies ever. So, there you go. Howl's Moving Castle, number 25. I cannot wait to see me get hate for that. Cannot wait. Alright, number 24. This film is considered a Ghibli film, but I think it was made before Ghibli was actually formed, like became a studio. But, yeah, number 24, we have Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. Another great film with some great animation. Nausicaa is a badass. I love her. Great character. a very badass princess. The insects are all cool looking. I love the, what's the one at the beginning that she tackles? That was a cool one. But yeah, great designs for the insects. The ending scene with the golden tentacles and he's like walking on them. That was magical. I love that. The story is good. Not one of my favorites, but I enjoyed it. The villains were kind of just, meh for the most part. But, yeah, I think Nausicaa's whole story was pretty cool. The insects are great, but, yeah, it's a good film. I love it. I think Moving Castle, or yeah, Howl's is below it because I think Nausicaa has a better world design for me. I love Nausicaa's hometown. I love the cave she goes in. I think Howl's Moving Castle, besides the castle itself, the environments weren't really that interesting for me, honestly. But yeah. So I love Nausicaa, another great film. Not that much better than Howl's Moving Castle for me, but it's still a better film in my opinion. But there you go. Alright, number 23, get your groans out now, because it is finally time for the last Pokemon movie on this list. And there is one big one we have not talked about yet. You can already guess if you're a Pokemon fan. It is the one movie missing here. And yes, it is my favorite one. A lot of people would say this is their favorite as well, for obvious reasons. So, in some cases, you just can't top the first one, right? You can't top the first creation of something. So, in this case, that is definitely true. Number 23, Pokemon the first movie. There have been some great movies since the first movie, but in terms of being iconic and being fun to watch, even The Power of Us, I don't think any movie has surpassed the first one for me. I don't think anything has. Like, I gotta be honest. I have watched the first movie over and over again. I just don't think the other ones can really top it. In terms of, like, soundtrack and storytelling and emotional feeling and just... As a first attempt at a movie for an anime series, it did a pretty good job. I mean, critics didn't really like it that much because they gave it bad reviews, but... You know, F the critics. Like, whatever. But yeah, just Mewtwo vs. Mew is iconic, of course. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. So good. Oh, man. And, of course, the one scene we all remember, quite frankly, is Ash's death scene, where he turns to stone, and all the Pokemon cry and whatnot. It's still sad to this day. Seeing Pikachu try to wake him up, and then Pikachu's crying as well. Some really sad stuff. Even 20 plus years later, it still hits like a fucking bitch. So, oh man. But yeah, it's just, again, sometimes you just can't top the first movie in a series, and this one is one of those cases. So, Pokemon the first movie, number 23. Love it to this day. All these years later, it is still the best movie of the bunch, and nothing might top it ever for me. But we'll see. Might be wrong. Okay, number 22. Do you guys like a really good relationship between mother and children? I'm pretty sure you do, right? What if I told you that this relationship involves a mom and her wolf children? Because that is the movie. Wolf Children. Oh man, this movie, you guys. Like, one of my favorite depictions of a mother and her kids having a bond. So basically, she marries a werewolf, and she has kids that can become werewolves, and they have to, like, adapt to life as half human, half wolf, right? And, there's a scene where they fight as wolves, like the bro and sis fight each other. It was kind of funny a little bit, but also kind of sad because, they were both going through stuff that kind of brought out their emotions to each other. So, yeah, I forgot the mom's name, but she is, like, an amazing mom. Like, seeing what she goes through to raise her 2 children by herself, because her husband dies, by the way. The guy she marries, who's a werewolf, he dies near the start of the movie, and she now has to raise these children on her own, and she is a very, very strong mom, so I did enjoy seeing that. What did the werewolf do to the mom? They banged, and they made children. They're hard to remember. Yeah, there's too many movies I need to keep track of, you know what I mean? Like, my top 10 or my top 5, I know, like, all the characters. It's just, these ones, I can't remember them enough, so, there you go. And then the ending where they, where the son kind of goes his own way, and then, it's very emotional. Like, he goes to the mountains and he leaves the family behind. So good. Hey, what's up, Dead Soul? How are you, man? Welcome to chat. Hope you're having a good day so far. We're at the top 20 now, so you're just in time. Kinda. So yeah, Wolf Children's great. If you love a good mom and child depiction of, like, their bond together, then this is a fantastic movie. If you like wolves, then there you go. So, or if you like furries, same thing. So, Wolf Children number 22. Love it. Great movie. Hooray. Number 20. Oh my god. Hold on. I wish I had water, but I don't have any water right now. I should have gotten some. Oh, well, too late. Number 21. Another iconic anime film. I think even if you don't watch anime films yourself, you've heard of this movie. At least I hope you have. Like, I think a lot of people who don't even watch anime have heard this name before. And it is another time travel film. One of the best ones in my opinion. It has the word time in its name. Can y'all guess it, chat? There's your hint. It has the word time in it. What do you guys think it is? It is a time travel movie. Hey, happy birthday, by the way, Dead Soul, on turning 20. Hope you have a good birthday so far. But yeah, what do you guys think? What is this well-known time travel movie? What do you guys think it is? It's got the word time in it. It involves a girl. And she's jumping through time. Literally jumping. Big spoiler alert. Alright, I'll just reveal it. It's the girl who leapt through time. There you go. I gave it away, like, a lot, so there you go. The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. A lot of people know about this one. If you're not an anime fan, even you know about this movie, so there you go. Another time travel film done really well. Love the time travel. So, basically, this girl, who I forgot her name, she goes back in time to basically fix her past a bit, like, fix some events that happened in her lifetime. And in doing so, she affects people around her because she's changing their future, kinda. There are 2 scenes here that made my heart pound, too, and they're both involving a train. So, there's one scene where the main character rides her bike down a road, and then there's a train coming across the railroad track, and she can't stop in time. So, you see her bike crash in front of the train, and she's, like, flipping as well. So her body's, like, going flying in front of the train, and before that happens, she goes back in time to, like, you know, save her own death. And then later, 2 of her friends end up on the bike because she's, like, jumping through time, and they had that happen to them. But they don't die because one of her other friends is from the future, and he stops time to save them. It's kind of long-winded, but it's some really good storytelling, I gotta say. So, I think if that was a bit less of the whole, like, you know, because there's a lot of time leaping here. A lot of time leaping. And it can get a bit over-reductive, or overbearing at, whatever, you guys know what I mean. It gets a bit too much. So, yeah, it's a bit long-winded, but again, it's got some great character moments, great, animation, great music, but yeah, this feels a little bit too long-winded in terms of, like, the actual time travel. Not like Mirai, where it's, like, so confusing, but it's a little bit too much for me. Like, A bit more toned down, it would be higher up on the list, but there you go. Still a great movie. I loved it. So, The Girl Lived Through Time is great. Alright, you guys, there we go. We are now at our top 20. It is getting real in here. We are almost at our top 10. So, again, get your picks down. What do you guys think? If y'all guess my top 5, you're great. And I love you. So, there we go. Alright, 20 through 16. Here we go. Our top 20. So, this one I could not find an English poster for, unfortunately. But, man. It is another very, very, very short film. It's like 35, 40 minutes, I think. So, like Garden of Words was. But, man, the animation here and the storytelling and the emotional resonation, it is all there in spades, man. So, number 20... we have Into the Forest of Firefly's Light. Let me tell you about this movie. It is about a girl and a guy who cannot touch each other because if the guy is touched by anybody at all, he disappears because he's a spirit. He can't be touched by human hands. So because of that, they can't like hug or whatever. And they go to a festival at the end, and at the very ending, this kid trips over him, and he has to reach out to save the kid, but while the kid's okay, he touched another human. So he's now gonna fade away, and it is one of the saddest scenes. I'm telling you. It is so incredibly sad. Like, I was crying so hard when I was watching that. I'm like, no! And then at the, oh my god, when he's fading away, she goes to hug him before he goes away completely. Oh, my heart! My heart was hurting so bad, man. But they got their hug finally. It was just, yeah, fuck that kid, exactly. They ruined everything. That kid cost that dude his life. I do love his mask, too. He wears like a little, fox mask. It's pretty cute, but, But yeah, it'd be ranked higher if it was a lot longer. I will tell you that right now. If it was like an hour and a half, it'd be ranked a lot higher. For sure. No doubt about it. It'd be ranked higher. So, there you go. Number 20, Firefly's Light. Emotional movie. Please go watch it. It is great. It's only 40 minutes. I recommend it a lot. Alright, number 19. Question for you Pixar fans in chat, if you watch Pixar movies. How many of you in chat have seen A Bug's Life? With Flick and Hopper and the grasshoppers and the ants. Have you guys seen that movie? Hopefully you have. I hope. Have you guys seen A Bug's Life? You have. How many of you have seen it? Polish has a bit of it. Well, Polish, let me tell you this right now. If you've seen A Bug's Life, you will love this next one. Because number 19 is all about small people in a big world. It is, of course, Arrietty. I love this movie. I love A Bug's Life, so I was instantly hooked here. But basically, Arrietty is part of a group of small people called the Borrowers. And they live in this family's house, and they're like 10 times their size. And what they do is they go on what's called borrowing missions, where they steal things from the house to like keep themselves alive, like sugar cubes and whatnot. And the boy, who's like the other main character, has, I think, a heart disease, and he's dying. So originally Arrietty sees him, and she says, you know, don't bother us, stay away. And then once she hears his story, she kind of warms up to him, and then he gets to see her for the first time. Also, her hair clip is so pretty. I love her hair clip, where it's like a bunny ear looking thing. Her ponytail. Like, she's so cute. Also, fun fact for you guys. Get this. If you're from Britain, right? Hopefully you guys know this. Do you guys know who Tom Holland is? Do you guys know who Tom Holland is? You better know who Tom Holland is. Do you guys know who Tom Holland is? Please tell me you do. You better know who Tom Holland is. Yep, from Spider-Man. There you go. He's Spider-Man in the MCU right now. Fun fact for you guys, this movie was his first role. Not kidding. He voiced the boy in the dub of this movie. The English dub of this, or I guess the British dub, because it was in Britain, he voices the main male character. It was his first role. When he was like 15, 16, I think, or something, or 14, I can't remember the age, but, it was 2011, so do the math. But, yep, first role for Tom Holland. It was pretty great. So, yeah, but if you love A Bug's Life, you love Arrietty. It's the same thing. Great animation, fantastic music, wonderful storytelling. I love Arrietty's character. I love Sho's character, who's the boy I was talking about. The ending is very emotional, so another great, just fun movie to watch if you love, you know, small people, I guess. So, there you go. Oh, God. Hold on. Where's my tissue box? Where's my tissue box? I can't find it. It's somewhere, but, I need some tissues for this next one. I need me some tissues. Because number 18, let me tell you this right now, you guys. It is one of the saddest movies of all time. One of the saddest movies of all time. When you watch this movie, you better get some tissues out. That's all I'm going to say. Because you will cry. You will cry. Number 18, one of the most iconic war films of all time. The one and only Grave of the Fireflies. It is sad beyond belief. There is very little happiness here in this movie. Like, and here's the weird thing. You guys know, I don't like war films. I do not like war films. But the story here was so engaging that I ended up loving it. And it drew me in, man. I was hooked all the way through. Like, oh my god. Also, big spoiler alert. Sorry, I gotta say it. Big spoiler alert. So, the film is about a boy and his little sister who are trying to survive World War I or II, I think. And they don't have much money and their mom dies, so they have to, like, go about the world on their own. And then, by the end, the sister is going through malnutrition because they can't afford food. And, near the end, she's, like, dying. And the boy goes back to, like, get food for her. He comes back, and it's too late. She's already, like, dying, and then she dies. I was already crying by then, but then the final bit, where he now has to bury his little sister with all of her favorite things in a little casket. Like, I was trying to stop crying and I couldn't. Like, I was a sobbing mess. Like, even if I tried to stop crying, I wouldn't have. Like, I was like... It was just... Oh my god. I was just a mess. Like... It was like, if I was on the ground crying, I would be in a pool of my own tears at that final scene. So, if you cannot handle crying, this movie might be one to avoid. But if you want to, just get some tissues out. That's all I'm going to say. It is extremely sad, and yeah, enough said. It's sad. But it's a great movie, so please give it a watch. I recommend it. Alright, number 17. If you like a certain film called Wreck-It Ralph, which has like a virtual world or something, then this one will really hook you, because this one has kind of those same sort of vibes. Number 17, we have Summer Wars. SAO? No, it's Summer Wars. Oh, man. But yeah, I love Summer Wars. It is great. I love the world of Oz. Basically, this tech kid goes to this girl's grandma's house, and there's this virtual world called Oz where you can have like you know, your own avatars in the world and like, you know, connect with them. and basically this AI named Love Machine hacks the system and starts stealing accounts from people, and he becomes this giant monster in the system where his whole body is people's avatars, and it's pretty terrifying. The grandma does die in the middle, and it's really sad. Oh my god. So, I did not know it at first when I watched it, but the reason why the grandma died is because she was on life support, right? Like, she had her whole, like, heart monitor and everything. And when this AI hacked the system, he unplugged her heart monitor from, like, inside the system. And because of that, she passed away. I did not know that at first. And then I looked that up, I'm like, what? I was like, bro, talk about a brutal death. Like, from the inside of the monitor? Oh my god. But he's a great villain, though. I will say, he is a great villain. Loved it. The final fight with the frickin' Hanafuda cards, where you see the main girl character fighting against him with everyone's accounts, trying to help her. Great stuff, great music, great animation. It was so satisfying. So, if y'all love virtual worlds and you love seeing, like, you know, hacking going on and whatever else, then Summer Wars is definitely a movie for you. So, there you go. Number 17. Number 16 is yet another iconic Ghibli film. One of my favorites. I love it so much. It involves another badass princess and spiritual beings and other stuff. Number 16, the one and only Princess Mononoke. Oh man, this film's great, you guys. If you guys don't know, I have always liked spiritual beings, like when it comes to like movies and TV shows and even books in general. I used to read books when I was a kid, and I always liked the ones that deal with like gods and spiritual beings. So this film really hooked me from the start with like its whole theme of like, you know, spirits roaming around and you know, how demons can form based on, you know, animals having pain and whatnot. The start of the movie where the demon boar is chasing the, what's his name, Ashitaka, that was pretty cool to watch. Like, a pretty cool way to start the movie off. Again, Mononoke is another badass female character. Love her. She is even more badass than Nausicaa and, who else? I forgot. It was somebody else I forgot. But yeah, basically, if the creatures in the forest have pain, then demons take them over and they turn into like things that want to kill other people and whatnot, or other creatures. So that was pretty disturbing. The Nightwalker, which is like the forest being at night, when it's like the giant spiritual looking thing, pretty cool design there. I gotta say. And then his head gets cut off, like, oh man. Oh, and that scene where when his head gets cut off, his body like spreads over the land, and then they have to like stop him before he like drowns everybody in his like body and whatnot. Pretty damn cool animation. Like, for its time, it was pretty visually pleasing. I loved it. So yeah, another great movie. Love Mononoke, one of my favorite Ghibli films. Love it to death. Give it a watch when you can. It is great. If you love spiritual beings, you will love Mononoke. For sure. For sure. And there you go. 20 through 16 is right there. And again, I will be I have like a whole image of like every entry on the list at the very end of the stream, so stay tuned for that to see my top 50 in one image. So there you go. That'll be at the end of the stream. Alright, you guys, this will be our last bit of 5, so after this we're going to go into our top 10, which will be individual entries, so here we go. Number 15, another iconic family movie like Totoro and, what was it, Kiki's Delivery Service. This one, I think, might not be, how do I phrase this? I don't think people hold this movie to that high of a standard, but for me, man, it is really high for me. Number 15, the Goldfish movie. It's Ponyo. It is Ponyo. I love Ponyo so much. I love the underwater city. I love Ponyo's character. I love Sasuke. I love the goddess in the water when they're on the boat. The ending where she kisses Sasuke to become a human again. Oh my god, dude. The scene where Ponyo is running on the waves during the storm. Holy hell. Like, that was some great animation. I loved it. It was so good. Like, just the way the waves are crashing, and you see, like, the little, the fish are, like, helping her run across the waves. It was so good. This is a great movie. Please go watch it. It is so good. It is kind of family movie-esque, but it is the best one of the ones in this list. For sure. I love Ponyo. Sasuke! The villain's kind of cool, too, but not really the best villain, but that's, yeah. There you go. Alright. So, number 14 is a weird one, because I don't think this one's that well known. But the weird thing is, at first, I wasn't too into this movie, but then by the end, I'm like, holy crap. The second half, like, hooked me a lot. A lot. Number 14, you might not have heard of this one, but number 14 is Children Who Chase Lost Voices. Number 14. Another Shinkai film, the guy who made Your Name and whatever else, I think, right? Yeah, it's a Shinkai film. So, again, this one at the start, I wasn't that into it. But then, by the second half, I was invested, because there was some great storytelling going on there. So, it involves this land called Agartha, which is like the land of the dead. And, the main female character goes to this land to bring him back to life. And he meets his, and she meets his twin brother called, Shin. And the guy who dies is called Shun, so there you go, great naming. But yeah, the land is really cool looking. Some great locations like the desert coliseum they get thrown in, whatever it is. Okay, how do you say this? Quetzalcoatl? Did I say it right? How do you guys say that? It's Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl. Did I say it right? It's the giant, like, statue thing that, like, walks around. Oh, man, her pet cat dying, and then she has to give her pet cat to the thing is like a sacrifice. That was sad. Oh, man. And then the ending. Oh, man, the ending. So, basically, her teacher goes with her, and he wants to bring his wife back to life by following them. But the problem is, he needs a vessel to hold his wife in. So, he decides to use the main character's body by, I think he knocks her unconscious or something, I forgot, but, he becomes a real asshole at that point. But it does cost him one of his eyeballs, so he had to give that up. And then the ending message that, he gets when he can't do that, where he has to carry the burden of his deceased wife, and it's like humanity's curse, apparently. That was some deep stuff, so yeah, this one gets pretty deep. It's a pretty deep thematic movie, so if you like journeys, if you like deep themes, then this one's a really good one. So I enjoyed it. Number 13. Oh, here we go. Now we're getting to the good ones. Now we're getting to the really good ones. I said really a lot of times, sorry. The really good ones. Number 13 is the first official Studio Ghibli film from 1980, whatever the fuck. Yeah, I'll just say it right now. Number 13, Castle in the Sky. One of my favorite Ghibli films. I love Laputa so much. One of my favorite areas of any film. The flying castle, the environment, the grass growing all around, the robots that are walking around there. It is a great location, great animation. Also, the pirates, which are like the kind of bad guys who turn good by the end, they got some great characterization. They got some, like, good Team Rocket vibes going on there with, like, with the leader and the other, mates there, so yeah, it's a great movie. Like, I love these environments. I just love it. The villain is okay. But I will say it does a pretty cool scene at the end where he shoots her pigtails, and then she has short hair because of it. That was kind of cool, but he didn't shoot the kid, thankfully, so that's good. Then the ending where the castle is like going into space at the end, and like the bottom falls out, really cool. But yeah, just Google Lapida on Google Images and just look at the castle. It looks so good. Like, I love this castle so much. Such a great environment. Like, I want to live there now if that was a real place. Like, Castle in the Sky is great. Great movie. So, there you go. Number 13. Number 12. Here we go. So, we just talked about Summer Wars, right? The whole virtual world stuff going on. If you love that movie, this movie is even better. And that is... Belle. One word, Belle. Just one syllable. So yeah, this one is basically Summer Wars, but better, in my opinion. So, this one is another virtual world. It's called You. And, it's kind of like Oz from Summer Wars, where you make an avatar. But the difference is that you can actually control the avatar by, like, wearing this little headpiece thing. So, you can, like, walk around in this virtual world as this character you made. And Belle is pretty cute, I'm not gonna lie. Her design is pretty cool. So the story is she meets this this avatar called the Beast, and she's trying to find out why he's like acting the way he is. So it's kind of like Beauty and the Beast in a way, you know what I mean? It's like a mix of Summer Wars and Beauty and the Beast. This movie is. But oh my god, the scene where she's singing A Million Miles Away, I was like, hold on, let me pause the thing real quick. I was like this the whole time. I was like in a trance. Her voice is so goddamn beautiful and so enchanting. Like, I was in a dream the whole time watching that. Yeah, basically, it's like future Beauty and the Beast, for sure. And then there's a part of the movie where she finds out that the Beast is actually a kid who has a very abusive father. And that hit me because you guys know my dad was the same way. I've told my story a bunch of times on streams. You guys already know this by now. But the cool thing is I didn't predict that. I thought the Beast would be the main villain by the end, in a way. But no, it's like it's just some random kid who's getting abused. And it's like that twist was kind of a nice twist there. Because I didn't see it coming. I didn't know who the Beast could be. I had some ideas, but they were all wrong. I did not think it was some random kid that was just going through abuse, but it was a cool twist. So, yeah, great animation. Love the soundtrack. I love Suzu, the main character. I love Belle, her other form, I guess if you want to call it that. So, yeah, I love Summer Wars, and this is a better movie. So, there you go. Perfect. Alright, number 11. So, I think a lot of you thought this one might hit top 10, and for a while it did. I think it might have been top 5 at some point, or maybe no, it was at least top 10 for a bit, but unfortunately, this one just missed the top 10. So, you guys who guessed it, I'm sorry to prove you wrong, but it was there for a while, but now it's not. It's number 11, so it just missed the top 10. And that film is I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. It was top 10 for a while. It was, but again, I saw some films that were better than it, and because of that, it got knocked down. So, but man, this movie is still so good. One of my favorite stories about a girl who's going to die to pancreatic cancer, and this guy is like having a bond with her, and they like she kind of helps him, you know, up his mood and whatnot and be a better person. Her sudden death scene though was kind of, I don't know if I really loved it that much. Like, it was sad to be sure, but it felt too sudden. You know what I mean? It felt too sudden. So that was kind of a downer for me. I kind of hoped we would see her die in like a more natural way, like with the guy beside her or something. But man, the fireworks scene where they're like out, like watching the fireworks together and they like embrace, that was a really cool scene. Like, great animation there. Loved it. When he's crying at the end because of her death, like, seeing his whole character change was such a... Like, honestly, I think this guy is one of the best, like, character developments of any film on this list. Because he starts as, like, some, like, emo kind of kid where he has, like, almost no emotions. And then by the end, he's, like, crying so hard for this girl who dies that he spent so much time with. And he changes, you know? And he becomes more of a, emotional person. So I was crying, like, when he reads the letter that she left behind for him before her death. It was, man, it's just it was sad. I was crying so hard. And again, I think if her death was not so sudden, it would have been higher on the list. But that is the one big downer for me about this movie, is that her death just didn't, it seemed too out of nowhere for me. You know, it was still done well, like, the whole storytelling behind it, but, you know, I kind of wish she would have died in a more natural way. Like, you know, either she saves him, or he dies by saving her, or he finds her body somewhere, or whatever. I don't know. Because it was just some random stabbing that some criminal committed, and it was like, I don't know, it didn't really hit as hard as other, like, emotional death scenes I've seen, so... Yeah, but still a great movie. I loved it. I was crying so hard by the end, so... Not in my top 10, but, it's still, like, right there. So, if you missed it, I'm sorry, but, again, I still love this movie a lot. I love it. So... Whew! Alright, there you go. Or, there we go. We're at number 11, and, now we reach the final part of the list. Our top 10. We finally made it. So, we're gonna change the music now. Hold on. Music change! Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for my top 10 anime films. Play that music. There we go. It is time for the best of the best. All of these movies are ones that you guys need to watch immediately, because I love these movies so much. Starting off, we have number 10 on the list. There we go. Number 10 is one of the most colorful movies I've ever seen. It is the most colorful film on this list. Great storytelling. Loved it. I don't think it's that popular, though, because it's a Netflix film, I believe, right? Yeah, it's on Netflix. But the colors pop so much, and I love the characters. I love the storytelling. Number 10 on this list, the first of our top 10, we are starting off with the very colorful Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop. I know, weird name. So, this film is about two people who form a bond, and the boy only talks in haikus. And it's pretty intriguing. And then the girl, whose name is Smile, she is a streamer, like myself, and she wears a face mask because, she hates showing her smile because she has buck teeth and braces. So, she's like this very popular mask-wearing female streamer who has a very big following. And they form a bond off of that. And, just seeing their connection was really cute. And again, the colors just... The colors pop. Like, if you watch the trailer for this, like, the colors just... They explode onto the screen. Like, it is so colorful. I love the visuals here. And then the ending where the boy goes to, like, recite his feelings for the girl at this festival, and he speaks in a haiku. It is one of the best confessions I've ever seen in any movie. Like, it is so creative, so fun, so emotional. And then she takes off her mask, as a way to, like, thank him for doing that. And, like, and they kiss by the end. It's not, like, on camera, it's, like, off screen, but, it's like a silhouette of them kissing at the, like, in the post-credit scene. But, this is a great movie. I love it. Love the characters, love the colors. It's great. So, it's on Netflix, though, so go on Netflix, look up this movie, and watch it, please. It's so fun. I think you'll enjoy it. But, that is my first of the top 10. An amazing, colorful movie. Alright, number 9. So, fun fact for you guys, number 9 is the last movie I watched. I think last Sunday. And I thought about it, and at first I was like, wait, is it top 10? Because I liked it a lot, but I'm like, wait, is it top 10? And I was like, you know what? I think it is top 10. It is definitely top 10. So, this one is not that well known, I think, but I love it a lot. Number 9, we have the last of my watch-throughs from last Sunday. If it'll freaking move, that is. Hold on, wait. Wait, hold on. Oh, well, there's a spoiler. There you go. It is Maquia When the Promised Flower Blooms. Have you guys heard of this one? Probably not, but it is about a girl who's from a tribe where they don't age pretty much. Like, once they turn 15, they stop aging, and then they can have, like, you know, they can live for, like, 100 years at just that age. So, yeah, so if you guys thought that Wolf Children was a great example of, like, a mom and child having a bond, or, like, a love bond, or whatever, then this one is, like, that times 10. So, this chick named Maquia, she becomes 15, and she stops aging, right? And then she adopts this kid whose mom was, like, stabbed to death. And seeing their relationship play out was really cool, because he's so protective of her, and he thinks he's failing because he can't guard her from, like, this oncoming war or something. And they kind of grow apart because of that. And, another cool fact is that this girl bullies this boy when they're, like, kids. And then they get married and they have a kid by the end. So that was kind of cool, like, seeing a bully marry, like, the person they bullied. The ending, too, is pretty emotional, where she has to go away, and he's, like, on his own now. And then she goes back as he's an old man, and she sees him on his deathbed. It was so emotional. Like, the war going on was great. The dragons were all great looking. But yeah, I love seeing stories where, like, a parent and a child, like, have this very, very strong bond, and you see it, like, take all kinds of twists and turns. I love stories like that. That's why this is number 9. Like, that alone. So, Maquia is a great movie. Definitely recommend it. Number 9 on the list. And there we go. It's like Maria from Sonic Adventure 2. I have not played that game, so I would not know. I know of Maria, but I haven't played Sonic Adventure 2, so I don't know if that's accurate or not. Alright, number 8 is the one I watched before Maquia. So the last two I watched for this are number 9 and 8 on this list. So, question for you guys. Do you guys like love stories? I'm pretty sure you do, right? This movie right here, one of my favorite love stories, for sure. I adore this love story so much. Y'all have no idea. Excuse me. Number 8 is Josie the Tiger and the Fish. I know, weird name. There's a reason why it's called that. If you watch the movie, you'll understand. But, this movie is about a boy and a girl. The girl is a paraplegic, if I said that right. She's confined to a wheelchair. She can't, like, move her legs or anything. And the boy becomes her caretaker. And at first, they don't have a strong bond. But then over time, as he kind of helps her see the world more, they kind of fall in love. And one of his friends actually is his crush, who, like, likes him a lot. And she's really cute, but she tries to turn Josie away from liking the main character. And by that point, I'm like, oh my god, you are such a bitch! Like, I like this chick. I did. I liked her so much. And then at that point, I'm like, you know what? Fuck her. Throw her in the water. I don't care. I hate her. Her name's Mai, by the way, or May or something. So, she lost all my trust. But, yeah, just a beautifully told love story. Love it so much. There's a scene where, the boy is hit by a car because he's trying to save the girl in the wheelchair because her wheelchair gets stuck on, like, part of the road. And, it's like a pothole, I think, right? Like, her wheel is, like, stuck in a pothole, and then he has to run after her, and then he tries to pull her out, and then he can't, and then a car comes and, hits him, and then, because of that, he can't walk anymore, so he's now in the spot that she's in, where he has to, like, you know, walk in a weird way or something, or like with crutches or whatever. So that was kind of cool, like seeing him have to become her, and because of that, they like their bond becomes stronger. And then there's a scene where she's in a library, and she wants to be an illustrator, right? So she writes a story about the journey that these two have had together, right? But it's also a way for her to express her feelings for him. So it was such, like, I was crying during that. It was such a cool way to, like, not only show her, like, you know, writing skills, but also, like, let the boy know that she likes him. And man, the ending was so good, where like they kiss, because I think he kisses her first and then she kissed him back, and it just felt so natural, you know what I mean? It felt so natural. So if you guys love beautiful love stories, you will love this one. Loved it all the way through. One of my favorites. Number 8. Alright, number 7. Alright, how do I start this one? Let me think. Number 7 on the list is by far one of my favorite animation styles of any movie on this list. I love the animation style here because it's like Japanese scroll-like or something, and it works so well. Number 7 is a very not talked about Ghibli film, I think, but I love it beyond belief. Number 7, we have The Tale of the Princess Kaguya. Just look at that picture right there. I love this animation style. So basically, Kaguya is a princess who is found in a bamboo stalk, right? And she's raised to be just a normal girl, right? And then she's raised as a normal girl, and then she finds out that she's a princess. So her and her family like move into a kingdom and start like ruling over it. But Kaguya kind of loses herself because she can't be a kid anymore. She has to be like a mature princess. So we see her character kind of take a turn, and she can't be as cheery anymore, and she can't be as like, you know, carefree because she has to be a princess. She has to like act mature and upright, and you know, she has to, you know, not be that way. And then there's one scene too where she overhears people like criticizing her, or it's like a dream, I think, right? And then she runs out of the castle like at like Sonic speed. Just the animation there was so good. It can be a bit rough for some people because of the like style of it, but I thought it was so well done, and for its style, it worked pretty well. So yeah, but the one thing that puts this movie above the rest for me is the ending. I won't say it here, but here's what I will say. Like, you will watch this ending, and you'll think there's more, and there's not. But that's why it's so good. It's sad. Like, you'll get to that point, and you're like, oh, well, that's happening, but, you know, it'll probably do this afterwards, and it's like, no. The movie just ends right there. I was like, at first I was like, wait, what? And then I'm like, oh, you know what? That's actually a very sad ending. Again, I won't say it here, no spoilers, just please go watch it. The ending is one of the best. Like, I didn't expect it, but I thought it made sense, and it is very emotional. It is heartbreaking, too, so give it a watch. So, Kaguya, number 7, one of the best Ghibli movies by far. Love it to death. Alright, number 6. Do I do it? You know what? Yeah. I'll just sing the main theme real quick. Number 6 is another Makoto Shinkai film. And, well, hold on. Hold on. Let me just pause real quick. Here, I'm gonna sing the main theme real quick, because I love it so much. Give me a minute. Alright. There we go. Number 6. 1, 2, 3. Do 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 do. Dun dun da 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 da. Suzume. One of the best visual films on this list It has incredible visuals, an amazing soundtrack, great characters. It is a gorgeous looking film. Gorgeous film. Oh man, where do I start with this one? I'm trying to think. So, okay, so the story here basically is that there is a like a demonic worm in the other world, and there's doors in the overworld where he can go through if they're open. So so the doors have to. There's this guy named I think what's his name? It's Soy. What's his name? I forgot. But this guy basically is like a it's a guy that has to like keep track of these doors and make sure they're closed. So you see like a dark worm appear over the in the sky, and then you see that like the door's opening. So Suzume, who's the main character here, finds one, and she sees this guy who she met earlier, and this dark worm's like trying to go through the hole, or go through the door, and they have to close it. And it is just like the visuals here never miss. Like, there is one scene in particular where they're in Tokyo, and the giant worm is like this massive form now, and it just looks so cool. Like, that scene alone is like worth Suzume being number 6. We have a talking cat as well. Oh my god. Oh my god. The scene where, oh wait, Suda, that's the name, right? Suda or something? It's like S-O-U-T-A, Suda or Soda or Suda. The cat makes him into a chair, right? He's turned into a chair, and he chases the cat out the window and across the street. It is so fucking hilarious the first time you watch it. Like, you're watching a cat run away from a chair with like 3 legs on it. It's so fucking good, man. Oh, man. But yeah, the ending's great as well. It's very emotional at the end, too. I won't spoil it here, but, I will say, though, Suzume was originally number 4 on the list. I think number 3 or 4. I think it was 4, right? Yeah, it was 4. The reason why it's number 4 now, or number 6 and not number 4, is because I have soured just a tad bit on it for one reason. And that is because the storytelling and the overall structure of the story is very similar to 2 other films that we'll get to in just a bit. Spoiler alert. But yeah, that's the biggest reason why. But it's still a great film with like some of the best visuals ever. A phenomenal soundtrack, a very emotional ending, great storytelling, very funny scenes here and there. She kisses the chair at some point too, I think, right? I think when Soda's asleep, she like kisses him in his sleep, and then it's like he like wakes up and sees that. It's like, ugh. it's crazy, but there you go. Suzume number 6. Love this film a lot. It's great. All right, here we go, you guys. Get your list down. Start marking down what you got right, because we are on our top 5. Top 5 films. Here we go. Y'all ready for this? Let's see how many you guys get right. Again, no particular order. If you guys, like, let's say you think number 2 is number 5, that's fine too. As long as I'll get my top 5. You have 2 out of 3, but we'll see. Here we go. Alright, number 5. One of my favorite stories, one of the best twists of any movie on this list. Great animation, great music. Another very underrated Ghibli film, in my opinion. Number 5. When Marnie Was There. And here's the thing. Originally, I didn't think it was top 5. I think after I thought about it a bit, I'm like, you know what? It definitely is top 5. For the story alone. Like, I don't want to spoil it, though, because it's such a nice twist. Here's what I will say. I'll say this. So basically, this girl named I forgot her name, but the main character sees this blonde-haired girl named Marnie, who like, you know, feels imaginary, but kinda isn't. And then very soon Marnie stops wanting to see the girl, I guess. And then there's an amazing twist where she finds out who Marnie is and why she's been following her. because the main character has, like, depression and anxiety and other, like, mental health stuff. And because of that, this girl named Marnie starts comforting her. And then there's a twist where she finds out who Marnie is, and then it's like, oh, now I get it. I won't say it here, no spoilers, but once you find out who Marnie is, one of the best twists. By far. I was not expecting it. I was shocked. I was stunned. And then the ending song during the credits. Oh, never had da 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 da. And I'll be something. But yeah, it's such a sad song, but it's so good. So yeah, when Marnie was there as number 5, a very emotional story, and great characters, and just a really, really cool twist near the end. So please give it a watch. It's fun. So there you go. Alright, number 4. I will say right now, I think a lot of you probably guessed this was going to be top 5, and you're not wrong, because I have talked about this film so much, like, across so many streams. You guys can already guess it. It is, in my opinion, the best Studio Ghibli movie of all time, far and away. You guys know I love this movie to death, and a lot of you probably guessed this right, and you're not wrong. I thought you guys would. It is number 4 on the list. Number 4, the very, very iconic Ghibli masterpiece, the one and only, Spirited Away. I think a lot of you saw this coming. A lot of you saw it coming. And for good reason. One of the best worlds of any film. This movie, when you watch it, it just sucks you in. Like, once you're there, you cannot turn away. You cannot look back. You can't not be invested. Like, once you are in the bathhouse, everything beyond that, you are just sucked in like a fucking vacuum. Like, I was hooked. I adore the characters. I adore the bathhouse. I adore the storytelling, the music, the animation. It is a masterpiece of a film. No Face is iconic. I agree. I love No Face. Yubaba's a great character design. Love her, like, being the villain, kinda. And her twin sister as well, I guess. But it just, like, if I could live in this world, I would. I definitely would. I would live in this film for, like, a long time. I love the bathhouse, man. It is such a cool design. Just the colors, the structure, all the rooms, like the bath areas. Oh my god, this film's great, you guys. It is far and away the best Ghibli film. I know some might disagree, that's fine, but for me, nothing can top it. Boy and the Heron might. I don't know, I haven't seen it yet. So maybe I might top it, but for right now, this movie is the movie to beat for Ghibli films. Easily. This is the easy crown jewel of Ghibli films. Far and away. Love it, love it, love it. S++++ all the way. So, again, a lot of you guessed it, so there you go. You guys know me. If you guys watch my streams, that should be an easy guess for you. You guys knew it'd be top 5 somewhere. If you guys know me like you think you do, you would have known that. So, congrats if you got it right. There you go. Oh, man. Alright, well, here we go, you guys. It is time for the Holy Trinity of this list, aka the top 3. Oh, man. I will say right now, if you guys... Okay, how do I put this? If you guys cannot guess my top 3, that right there is proof in the pudding that you do not watch my content. Because I have talked about these 3 films countless times across streams, and in videos too at some point. Like, if you guys can't guess at least the films that are here, like in no order particularly, then that right there is proof that you do not watch my content, and you can't tell me otherwise. Because if you do, you know my top 3 are. For sure. You have to. There's no way you don't. Like, if you are a diehard BC King fan, you know my top 3 is. Easily. You better, at least. Alright. Number 3. Here we go. The first of the 3 top films. Visuals, storytelling, music, enough said. Like, all of those notes are hit to the extreme with this movie. It has one of the best scenes in all of anime. It has one of the best relationships in all of anime. It has some of the best matureness in all of anime. And one of my favorite pieces of dialogue in any film. Like, any anime film, for sure. Number 3, we are starting off. Are y'all ready? What do you guys think? You know what, here, chat, guess real quick. What do you guys think? What is number 3? Let's see, who can guess it right? What is number 3? Who's got a guess? What is the 3rd best film that I've watched so far? You have one of 3 choices. My Love Kidney? Nope. Hero Says Your Name. Good choice. Is it Your Name? Let's see. Number 3. Definitely Your Name? Nope, it's not Your Name. It is the sequel to Your Name, or I guess the spiritual sequel. Weathering With You. Weathering With You. Taking the bronze on this list. Weathering With You. Number 3. Like I said, visuals, storytelling, music is not even enough to describe this amazing film. Like, there's a sequel? Yeah, it's like a spiritual sequel. It's like, because it's the same guy that made Your Name, but it's like a spiritual successor to Your Name. So there you go. So this movie is about a girl called the Sunshine Girl who can pray to the gods above and make sunshine appear, and she has to eventually go back to the sky because she's being summoned, and the guy is trying to stop that from happening. So she eventually has to go there because, like, time's running out. And then the scene that follows when he finds her, aka the falling scene, you guys, one of the best scenes in all of anime. You guys need to watch this movie for that scene alone. The song is so freaking good. The animation is so freaking good. The visuals, just seeing them fall through the sky. Oh, man. I had tears going to my freaking toes, man. It was so good. Like, great movie. Love it all the way. Love the Sunshine Girl. There's a gun in this movie. There is a gun in this movie. Like, 2 or 3 times, I think. The male character, points a gun at, like, 2 or 3 people during, like, different scenes, and it's like, holy crap. But yeah, great soundtrack, great visuals. This is a great film. Love it. Yeah, gun, exactly. But yeah, love this movie to death. It's so good. So give it a watch when you can. It is fantastic. All the way. Taking the bronze there is Weathering With You. Alright, number 2. Oh my god, you guys. Number 1 and 2 on the list. Here we go. Again, if you guys cannot guess my top 2, you don't watch my content. And you can't tell me otherwise. You can't. Like, if you do, you're a liar. Like, I have talked about these 2 films specifically for ages since I've watched them. So, you guys should be able to guess these pretty easily. If you know. If you don't know, then you don't watch my content. That is proof of the pudding. Alright. Number 2. This was really, really close, you guys. Number 1 and 2, I've gone back and forth on numerous times since I finished them. But I do think there is one reason why number 1 is number 1. Like, one specific reason. But number 2 is, like, the closest number 2 of all time. Like, easily. So, here we go. Are you guys ready for number 2? Here we go. I'm ready for this. I want to play the music, but I can't because I don't get copywritten, but, I'll just play it in my head, but, here we go, you guys. Number 2, the big reveal. Are y'all ready? Let's do it. Number 2, taking home the silver medal as the 2nd best film on this list, at least for now, until I see something better, which I probably won't. Number 2. The one and only. Your Name. The one film that everyone knew was on the top 3. Easily. Yep. There you go. Another guess for you guys, probably. They probably got right. What can I say about Your Name that hasn't already been said? It has by far the best soundtrack of any film on this list. Easily. Sparkle, the ending song, Dream Lantern. Oh my god. I have played this soundtrack over and over since I finished the movie. I listen to Dream Lantern at least like once a day, and Sparkle too. Because they're both just so fucking good. Like, oh my god. One of my favorite movies of all time. Not just anime, just of all time. Your Name is just that good. Best soundtrack by far, and the best visuals, and my favorite love story of any movie ever. Like, Mitsuha and Taki's relationship, like, the way it's told is so good. And you know what's cool, too? They don't kiss! They don't kiss at all in this movie. They do not kiss at all. Spoiler alert. They don't kiss. But they don't have to. It's all about the storytelling. Just the way the relationship spreads out across the entire movie. Like, I have never seen any movie where a relationship is displayed the way Your Name does it. And it's so good. Now, I will say some people don't really like the whole time travel element of it, which I understand. But for me, I understood it. It made sense. I understood why it was the way it was. And I loved it more because of that. You know? I enjoyed it. And I even have a Minecraft video, if you guys missed it, where I explored the main location of this movie in Minecraft. I explored Itamori in Minecraft. If you guys missed it, please go check it out. It is an amazing video. So, yeah, I loved it. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Where's my marker? I should have started with this. Hold on. I should have started with this. Hold on. Give me a minute. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. If you know, you know. One of my favorite scenes of all time. That's all I'm gonna say. That is all I'm gonna say. Please watch this movie, you guys. It will affect you. Like, you will cry. The soundtrack is beautiful. It has the best visuals by far of any movie. It is one of the most beautiful films I've ever seen. Far and away. I love the I love you scene. The scene at sunset where they're like meeting for the first time. It's so good. Love it. Alright, but here's the thing though, you guys. I've said a lot of good things about Your Name. A lot of good things, but it's number 2. It is not number 1. Like I said, I have gone back and forth on number 1 and 2 for the longest time now, but I think I've now made my decision on what number 1 is, and I think I know why it's number 1. So, here we go. Give me 1 sec. Let me go and change music real quick. Give me a minute. Hold on. YouTube is lagging. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Nah, we're gonna keep playing that. Screw it. I'm not gonna deal with the lag. Never mind. There we go. Alright, you guys. Here we go. This is it. This is it. Number 1. My favorite anime film of all time. Far and away. And I think I know why it's number 1. Out of every film on this list, no film has ever hit me as hard as this film did, personally. So, again, if you guys watch my content, you guys might know this, or might be able to guess at some point, or at least. But, let me just say, number 1, like Your Name, has become one of my favorite movies of all time. Not just anime, but of any movie ever. Like, I can rewatch this movie any day of the week. And just, it is the definition of an anime that can save people. Like, save people's lives. So, with that said, the grand reveal, BC King's #1 favorite anime film for right now, in 2024, the grand reveal, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, taking home the gold, the winner, #1 film, is... I'll do it slowly. A silent voice. Let me tell you this right now. I have been watching movies since I was like maybe 3 or 4 years old. I have seen hundreds of movies. Hundreds of movies. There has never been any movie in the history of ever that has hit me as personally, as emotionally, as spiritually, and just straight up as hard as A Silent Voice. The themes that this movie tackles are all themes that hit me like a fucking freight train. Depression, suicidal thoughts, anxiety, social outcasting, bullying, what else? Trying to be happy, and, you know, trying to find yourself again. Like, I've gone through all those things. You guys know me. I've told my story a lot of times. You guys know. Those themes, I've all been through that. I've been through that. Or, yeah. Sorry, yeah. I've been through all those things. You know? I have. I'm open about it. I've been through depression. Still going through it. I've had those thoughts before. I've been bullied numerous times. I've been outcasted. I've been, you know, going through happiness struggles here and there. I've been trying to find myself at times. So this movie was like my life in a nutshell. Like the entirety of the movie. The only thing I obviously can't relate to is being deaf. Because the main character, the girl, Shoko, is deaf. And I don't really have a lot of deaf friends. But, yeah, that is the one thing I cannot relate to. But everything else, it just hits me so hard. Like, when I finished this movie, I just sat there and said nothing for like 5 minutes. Because I had to reflect on what I just saw. And I was like, oh my god. Like, that was like my life, dude. Like, holy crap. Like, the main character, the boy, Shoyo, is like me. Like, that is me right there. I've been through that. What he's going through, I've been there. Like, that was like anime me. It just hit me so hard, dude. Like, every theme touched me. Like, right here. All the way. It was just... It was a journey. Yeah, it was so relatable. And, yeah. Has a great soundtrack. However, I will say Your Name... That is the one part of Your Name that is better for sure than A Silent Voice. Well, that and the visuals, kind of. But the one thing that Your Name does have over A Silent Voice by a landslide is the soundtrack. Like, Your Name has by far the best soundtrack of all time, but this one is still good. I love the ending song when you see the final scene playing out where he's, like, crying and he's, like, seeing the world around him finally. It's great, so... Like I said, all 10 of these films in the top 10, please go watch them. Like, if you guys ever have free time, like, anytime soon, take the time, find these movies wherever you can, go watch them, and then you will see why they're my top 10. Easily. Especially my top 5. Like, Marnie, Spirited Away, Weathering With You, Your Name, and A Silent Voice are, they're just great. They're all great watches, and Like, they will hit you hard. That's all I'm gonna say. So, there you go. Alright. That is it. It is my top 50. We are done. So, yay me, I did it. Took the whole stream, too. Perfect timing. Oh, man. Give me a clap, you guys. Give me a clap. Where's my applause for putting this list together? This list was months in the making, so you're welcome. I spent months on this. So you're welcome. I planned this, I organized it, and turned out well. So, very happy about it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, chat. I appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, man. One of my favorite streams by far, I would say, is this stream right here. And you know what? Because the chat was active and you guys actually engaged in it, you know what? It will not be members only. It'll be free. So you're welcome. It'll be on the live tab. You can go back and watch it if you missed like the first like 30 or something. If you missed any of those. So yeah, and real quick, let me go into this right now. Let me pull up my my full list of all my top 50 slots real quick, in case you guys missed it. So here we go. There it is, BC King's top 50 anime films, all there, 1 through 50. If you guys missed anything, take it all in. That list will change, by the way, because again, I do plan to do a sequel to this, doing my top 100 anime films. So this list will change. Maybe A Silent Voice could get topped. I don't know. But right now, A Silent Voice is the one to beat. That is number 1 far and away. And I am very, very excited to see what ends up, you know, cracking my top 10 or top 20 in the future. So, there we go. Holy hell, you guys. There we go. Alright, guys. Well, I think that's it. So, congrats to A Silent Voice taking the number 1 slot for my favorite anime film of all time, at least for right now. So stay tuned for a sequel in like maybe 2 or 3 years if I'm still around by then, where I do my top 100 anime movies, and I might do my top 50 video games. Maybe. Could be a member goal. Maybe. That'd be fun. I mean, it'd be hard because I love so many games, but I'd probably do it. Either like top 50 or top 100 video games. So, you know what? Yeah, member goal. It'll be a member goal. Like, I'm gonna plan my top 100, like, just for me, because I want to do it, but, we'll do top 50 video games as, like, a member goal or something. That sounds good. Oh, man. Better be number 1, Splatoon. It'll be up there, maybe. I don't know where it's gonna be specifically, but we'll see. We will see. Alright, guys. Well, that is it. So, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. This was a very, very, very fun stream. Again, I will be saving it on the live tab for you guys. So if you guys want to go back and watch anything you missed, you can. Go back and watch my thoughts on each movie. And hope y'all enjoyed my list, because this was a lot of fun to put together. And I enjoyed it. So look forward to more in the future. For sure. I'll be watching more anime films for sure. So, yeah, I guess I will see you guys tomorrow over on Kick for, hopefully, Yoshi's Story Part 1, if I don't have any issues. And then, oh, tomorrow, oh, here we go. Tomorrow is our first Stardew Valley stream. Yay! With the new update, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. If you guys love cozy streams, every Thursday, you are getting that. I'm not gonna yell. I'm not gonna scream. I'm gonna try to not curse a whole lot, like... If you guys want to get your coffee and just sit down for a nice chill stream and just get your blanket and be cozy, tomorrow's stream will be for you. I guarantee you. Every Thursday here on YouTube, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, Stardew Valley. It's going to be cozy. Pretty excited for it. But until next time, thank you all again for watching. Make sure y'all hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe, ring the bell, become a member because, you know, we need more members. And I will see you guys tomorrow for some more amazing content. And have a great rest of your day. And I will see you next time. So, until then, bye-bye.